In today's tutorial video, I'm going to be showing you how I build this SMG for my loadout videos. So a lot of you guys here on my YouTube channel and my TikTok page have been asking me how I build these Kinex guns for props for my videos. So I started these how to build series of videos to show you guys how I actually make these guns. So this is actually part 2. If you haven't already gone to see the pistol I made in part 1, I highly recommend to go check it out. Because if it's your first time using Kinex or just your first time trying to learn how to build these guns, it's definitely a good starting point. So I really recommend to go see that video first before seeing this one. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm taking my time with posting these tutorial videos. I plan on posting 1 or 2 every month because they do take up a lot of my time, and I am very busy with posting on my TikTok and other things. So with these tutorial videos, I want to make sure that the guides are as easy to follow as possible, so then you guys can have no problem building them as well. Now, if you haven't already done so, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube page to see more tutorials like this and other videos that were posted on my TikTok. I'm making it so that part 3 of my how to build video series is going to come once I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you haven't seen my TikTok page yet, go check that out too. And I just want to say thanks to all you guys who are already subscribed to my YouTube channel. It means a lot. And thanks to everyone who's helped me almost reach 400,000 followers on TikTok. So this SMG is actually from one of my most recent videos. It's got some cool features like this magazine compartment right here, and it's got this part that like slides back. So without further ado, let's get right to building the gun. So in terms of how I set up before I start building, I usually organize the pieces by sorting the rods to the left of me and the connectors to the right. The total number of pieces you will need for this SMG are 23 of the smallest rods, 24 of the second smallest, 16 of the next size, 33 size 4 rods, 28 of the second largest size, and 5 of the largest size rods. You will also need 3 of these, 4 of these end pieces with the tooth, and 4 of these end pieces without the tooth. For the connectors, you will need 21 single-sided ones, 2 adjacent 2-sided ones, 22 3-sided connectors, 3 4-sided, 6 double-ended connectors, 19 half wheel pieces, 7 full wheel pieces, 9 of these, and 12 of these connectors. And this is optional, but it would be good to have a rubber band as well. Now, moving on to the actual build, you will need to create these parts for the first step. Make 2 of these parts. So far, all these parts will be used for the next step. Then lastly, make this part, but put it aside for now until step 5. For step 2, you are going to want to connect the parts you made in step 1 with these size 4 rods exactly as shown here. You should have these 2 handles by now. You are going to want to make 4 of these. The third step is just adding on to what you built in step 2. Take 2 size 3 rods and attach them to 2 of these parts. Slide the rod into the wheel of the handle like this, and make sure the holes in these connectors are being held into these white rods like this. Attach another piece on the other side, and then attach this end piece into the rod to keep the parts from moving. You're going to want to repeat this step for the other handle as well. Here are the 2 finished handles that you should have. In this step, you want to start by using this handle. Make sure you are using the correct one. Attach 4 of the smallest rods onto the top like shown, and then add a single size 2 rod into the bottom of the wheel piece. Attach these rods at the end of the handle, and then attach the whole part onto the remaining handle. Now you should have this single part. For step 5, take the remaining part you made in the first step and start building onto it exactly how I do here. Just follow along to what I do and you should be fine. You should end up with this overall part, and then attach it to the back handle exactly like this. This is what you should have now. This next step is the latch over the magazine. It may be a little tricky, so just follow along with what I do here. Feel free to pause at any time to take screenshots or to catch up with what I'm doing. You should end up with this piece for the latch. For the opposite end, keep following along with what I do and you should end up with this. Next, make 2 of these parts, and then slide 2 3-sided connectors through their holes on each of the rods. This is the tricky part. Try to attach both rods together like this using the 3-sided connectors and you should end up with this part. Add 2 more of the largest size rods on the top. Now put the second end piece you made onto the shorter side of the latch, and then slide the large rods on top to make them touch the connectors. Attach the other end piece on the opposite side. It should be able to rotate like this. Keep following along to get this top rod on the latch. And then push the single-sided connector in between these 2 3-sided connectors and push them all together to keep them all in place. This is what the finished latch should look like. To attach it onto the gun, remove one of these pieces on the end piece. And then slide it through the front handle like this. Reattach that piece back onto the latch as shown here. And then make sure the holes of the connectors on the bottom of the latch fit into these little rods like this. This is what you should have now. Next, you're going to want to make 3 of these and attach it to the front of the gun of this wheel piece. And then attach some rods at the end to make the barrel. This is what you should have now. In step 8, you will be making the magazine. Start by making 3 of these, and then 3 of these. Then attach a size 3 rod on each end and slide in all 3 of the first piece you made like this. Attach the remaining pieces onto the rod like this and you should have this finished magazine. To put the mag into the gun, you just lift the latch and then slide the magazine on top of these rods. Close the latch when you have inserted the mag. This is how the mag should look inside the gun. For step 9, you're going to want to do nearly the same thing as the previous step, except use a next size up larger rod. Make 3 of each of these parts. Slide these onto the rods and then attach the remaining parts on the rod. You should have something that looks like this. Now make 2 of these and attach them to the end like so. Now take the gun and place this part on the back end and it should slide back and forth like this. Insert this size 3 rod in between the rods and in these connectors. It might take some slight force to get in, just be careful not to hurt yourself doing it. Now put another one of the same size rods into these holes and cap it off at each end with these end pieces. Now this is optional, but you can loop a rubber band on these pieces here and it should shoot back up when you let go after pulling it back. Here's what the gun should look like. In this step, we're just adding some detail to the gun. Make 2 of each of these and attach them together like this. You should end up with a part like this. And this. Now follow along with how I'm attaching this onto the gun and do it on both sides. The gun is nearly finished and it should look like this. For the final step, you're just making a simple sight for the gun. Copy what I built here and attach it to the front of the gun. Now this is what the finished gun should look like. And that's it, that's how you build the gun, pretty simple. If you want to reload the gun, you just lift up this latch and then remove the clip. And if you want to make more than 1 magazine, go ahead. So as I mentioned in part 1, I want to slowly work my way up to bigger guns. So in part 1 I made a pistol, this one I made an SMG. So the guns in these tutorials are going to start getting bigger and harder to make as we keep moving forward. Also, like I said before, part 3 is going to come once I hit 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so to stay up to date with my newest videos and tutorials. Also, comment below what gun is your favorite for my loadout videos and which gun you want to see a tutorial for next. I would love to see what you guys have to say about that. And that's it guys, thanks for watching.